take these off, okay? Y'all know I wear glasses. I can't see like that, but when I'm close enough, okay? And my glasses is a little messed up right now because I had them in the side of my bag, y'all. About broke them. Okay, I didn't break them, luckily. But, okay, I do need to see y'all comments. And the glare from my glasses a lot of times doesn't allow me to. So if you're wondering, I'm absolutely a four eyes, okay? I am. But a lot of times, okay, unless it's dark, four eyes can't see y'all, okay? So yeah, let's go. So today's topic is going to be triggering for a lot of black people, white people, whoever else to listen, because a lot of people have convinced themselves that the things that we do actually benefit us. And in reality, most of those things are literally our downfalls. But I think it's crazy how the people who talk the most about hypergamy and, celebrities and things like that are people who have no relation to anybody of power. And when I say relation to anybody of power, I mean like they don't know anyone fucking famous and nobody famous wants to fucking know them. That's what I mean, okay? So let's talk about it. Now, I'm not really sure why, okay? And let's just say this. This is an adults chat, okay? This is an adults chat, no children, okay? So I should be able to say adult things without YouTube saying that, oh my God, you said this. I'm an adult. I told you I'm an adult. You agree that I'm an adult. And I told you when I make videos, my content is for adults. So if I can't have adult conversations with adults on YouTube, why are we here? We're here for the same reason every want to be black sellout is here usually. And it's because they want to be seen. Okay, like I said, I haven't been on social media for a while. The last time I was here, I was talking about the trans gay agenda, okay, that they were pushing about 10, 15 years ago, heavily. And I got kicked off for talking about it. I got up to about 20,000 subscribers and then got kicked off for talking about it. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is wild. But in general, this is Babylon, okay? The only people who are actually seen and known in Babylon are the sellouts. Everybody else, okay, is trying to mimic the sellouts, basically. And then you have people who go against the agenda, but most of them straddle the lines of just wanting to be different because most of them act exactly the same. So I think it's sad that a lot of black people are still at the point where they don't understand. White people are not keeping us stuck. Okay, I know you talk about racism, this and that, but that's why you can just knock a white person out for calling you the N word and going about your day. You might have to, do a little time. Hopefully, you got the bond money. But yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want, damn near. It's just a matter of most of us are raised by black people who don't like other black people. Can we say it out loud? Too bad, I just did. Most of the people who are on here, I hate my hair, I hate this, I hate that. Most black women, no bitch, it's you. Okay, it's you, and let me tell you why it's you. Your parents were not chosen to be sellouts. So you spend your whole life, okay, talking ish and pretending that people like you more than they do. And the only reason most people pretend they like you heavily is because, well, you hide behind stuff that white people like. Okay, if it's not Christianity, if it's not fake femininity, if it's not sports and entertainment, okay, if it's not false education, okay, what are you guys really doing to have anything in common? And I want to say this, there are enough, okay, Divine Nine organizations and the people in it that all black people can do this, okay, when it comes to money in our community. Because there are so many black people, okay, millions on millions of black people who take their butts to college, get degrees, and do absolutely nothing with them. If you wanted something in the black community, you would be opening it yourselves, especially if you did the work, okay, to go to school to say, hey, I went to school for this, I want to open an aquarium. I went to school for this, I want to open this. I want to open a museum of arts, a school of arts. I want to. How is it that so many millions of black people have all these degrees and then come online and have no problem saying, I've never done ish with my degree? If your degree is not like mine, mean getting your doctorate, and white people have to let you through the door, what is your damn excuse? Unless it's corporate or something similar. That's what I'm saying. If you could be a nurse, all the nurses could come together, okay, and build us a okay, fully black, okay, black ran, black teachers, choreographed, majorette studio. We could have the biggest black majorette band, all the stuff that black women cry about. Okay, we don't have this, we don't have. Yes, because your mothers are thoughts who don't want it. Okay, because the sellouts, they make it do what it do, and their kids are doing what it do too. Okay, the ones who reach a certain status. Now, the lower sellouts who never make it to those levels are your black masons, your preachers, okay, the people who are divine niners who only become a teacher or a coach themselves, okay. Also, okay, you thank you so much for the gifts. You're so sweet. When you think about it, a lot of black people think certain stuff is talent, and it's only talent in the white community. It's only talent in Babylon. Okay, imagine you were never meant to be acting anything. Never. Hi, James. You were never meant to be acting anything. So imagine when people think a job is acting. Baby, we have a real life. And sometimes, okay, most of the time my life be so lit, I don't need nobody to play with me. Don't even act like you got something to play about with me. Because that's how real life get. So imagine people that act like acting is a job and so you get paid to pretend. So do corn stars. That's why I think it's sad that people don't understand. Most people have never made love because somebody's too busy trying to redo it, okay, so they can make you think that they are teaching you how to do it the right way, make you fiend for stuff that ain't even naturally pleasurable. Like, imagine when people have to reteach you everything to the point where they're like, you do stuff so naturally well, we don't want you to do it. Okay, imagine if all the white women came together and was like, we want black girls, okay, to ride men like us. But because they don't have the rhythm we have, do you think we ride the same? Why you think they everywhere all over the world trying to take hip hop dance classes and this and most people think their talents are talents and they're nothing more than a absolute proof that you hate that you're not naturally rhythmic. Who created dance studios? People that couldn't fucking dance. Who, okay, created the job of policing? People who like to watch people more than they like to mind their damn business. Who created the school system? People who act like everything else in nature doesn't need a teacher. But why do we? Okay, there's not a fish alive that was like, man, I gotta get to these white people so I can learn how to fish. Okay, I don't even know how to be a fish without these white people. I don't know what to do. Okay, okay, I've never seen a lion say, I don't know how to raise my kids if white people don't teach me. So why the hell are black people still playing games about why you kindergarten through 12 and colorism is not something white people are smart enough to come up with. A black person was on the inside like, hey massa, okay, if we just separate them like this, then that'll make them mad. White people were not smart enough to come up with all the things that black people keep alive. They weren't. It was more like a aha, okay, somebody like on the Django, okay. Samuel Jackson on the Django would be the person who helped white people usher in colorism because only a person that hate themselves so bad could figure out, okay, how to use a higher fake collective power and authority to work against themselves and think that's going to do something good for them. Only them, because every person in America that comes here after the black and white Americans, do they come here and uphold everybody else but themselves? I don't care if they claim white, they're gonna let you know they Mexican. We know they claim white. I know because I'm an Afro Latina. Okay, I am black Puerto Rican and black American. Play with me, act like I don't know. Tell your mother I said it. Now, like I said, okay, people will come here and pretend all day that it's all this isms. No, bitch, let's break it down. Okay, and this is a grown folks chat. Hit that like button, join the conversation. Okay, and I'm gonna get rid of moderators in here because a lot of my moderators don't even come, and I often feel like certain things are personal issues and not the issues I'm talking about. This is my channel, and we gonna make it do what it do. Ashier. What's up, campaign? I ain't worried about it. If you want to donate, donate. You're just going to help us build cities and towns. I didn't get 10 acres for no reason. I might get 10 more. Okay? Some of us actually know what to do. Okay? You can't wait on people to do shit they ain't never done. Okay? So if you ain't been looking for 40 acres and a mule for me, okay, to make sure I have it. And if you ever were, there wouldn't be millions, damn near billions of immigrants who don't look like me here making it do what it do in a place where the blood is still fresh in the roots of the ground. Okay? Now, some people don't understand what I mean, and I don't care if you do or you don't, but people will come here and pretend all damn day. Okay? White people, white people, white people, white people, white people, white people. And it ain't a white person, white person, white person, white person, white person who gonna check me. Okay? I said what I said. The police gonna be like, hey, can I help you? Okay, why are you here? Okay, who called you? Okay, that's very much me. Okay, don't well, and who is your no, 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 no. Okay, you talking about nothing. Okay, because most people live to check people when I was put here with more authority than you. So who you gonna check, boo? Okay, that's why I'm quicker than you. That's why I hit harder than you. Okay, at some point people need to realize, okay, that people get so angry, okay, when you are not scared of their false authority. And this is how you should know that every black person on your television is scared, okay, of their authority. I am fatter than you. I'm richer than you too. In everything. Mind, body, soul, spirit, everything. Okay? Because if you think money is real, you must forgot. They print that from my mother. Okay? And when you get through, you go back to my mother. That means you come back to me. So you better be quiet. Because the wind has you being long-winded. But one day that shit's still gonna run out. Okay? And you're gonna flow right back to me. So you better, okay, learn how to be respectful. Oh no, the strategic feminine and all her monkeys are over here. Okay, because you can't find a white girl to act like today. Like I said, this is one reason why I laugh when black women act like it's everyone else. Okay, most of the time, black women will troll you from different accounts. They will make a whole channel not showing their faces and be like, today we're going to talk about why women are not feminine. Okay, whole time they on Section 8 screwing and chewing, okay, everybody and their daddy, and mama too probably, just to pay $100 a month. Okay, and then coming online and taking pictures of their meals every day as if eating is not a natural part of life. Like I said, a lot of people have forgotten where they come from in the whitest ways. Uh, yeah, in the whitest ways. Because, ma'am, why are you constantly showing me overprocessed, okay, half quality, okay, GMO foods on a camera, unnaturally capturing the moment of you doing something you probably shouldn't be doing anyway? Okay, because like I said, time is important. And time is something a lot of people don't even want you to have to yourself. This is why after people have kids, they be like, oh my goodness, are kids even natural? You think they're unnatural. That's how much stuff they got you doing to go against the only thing you was here to do. Take care of what comes out of you. And the things that look like you, your species. You ain't got nothing to do with white America. There's not an ant alive that's like, I bet them rabbits ain't gonna rabbit if I don't ant. So let's go over there and see what them rabbits doing. Nothing in nature stops what it's doing, okay, to make nothing else flow better. Only people who are Forrest Gump, Joe Dirt slow, okay, need everybody and their mama to work so they can sit there and brag about how slow they are in a time where you can speed up. Speed up! Okay? Now, I don't care about none of that other stuff. I'm not here for that, okay? I'm not here for your cuties and this and that. Donate if you think I'm so cute. Donate. Okay? Help us homestead. If not, you can go. Goodbye. And let me get some of these other people out. And like I said, we're going to get rid of a lot of people in here because a lot of people come here and they want free range opinion. You can have free range opinion here, but that doesn't mean I have to give you the ability to talk about things here on my channel that are not actually, okay, related to the black community. Something that I think is very interesting is how people who run from their blackness always find themselves, okay, running to the internet to connect to your blackness. And for me, that's strange because as a black person, why do you have to run to the internet for your black connections? Why don't you have them in real life? But I'll tell you why. Because in real life, most of these black people who are content creators, okay, and been here 10, 15 years, they're just like Anton Daniels, okay? They love their masters more than they will ever love themselves. So every time they open their mouths, it needs to be about Babylon, okay? Hey guys, let me tell you about Babylon. Hey guys, I love all women because all women are not what we come from. You know, like after, I don't care what you want to experience, baby. You won't experience it over here, okay? So let me get you out of here. Go find some. Okay, it's black women all over here. Go ask Honorum and the strategic feminine. They probably will call you a high value man just if you're non-black. So go ahead and go experience a black woman. There's plenty of them waiting to be experienced. They ready to be used. Chrissy, Cynthia G, they got all the O's, okay, ready to be experienced. Go find them. Ooh, Joy, don't do it. I am. I am. See, the difference between when I come here and a lot of other women come here, they're not part of certain things. Okay? So I will come here and talk shit to anybody because at the end of the day, ma'am, who the fuck knows you? What are you doing in life? Okay? I grew up having to know people I never gave a damn about knowing. Okay? I didn't give a damn who Kirk Franklin was, but when my mother said, "We're putting you in this class, okay, because I want you to be on television." Okay? And I'm like, but I don't know if I can be on television because I'm shy. And the girls on television don't have boobs. Okay, imagine being, okay, in the third grade and all the grown white women are jealous of your breast because they haven't bought theirs yet. Okay, so you looking around, everybody's giving you weird energy as a child. I was one of those kids. Why are we here? Okay, and then you realize money is why you're there. That's why you're there. Okay, money is why you're there. And the people who are still online, oh, my hair, I don't like it. Oh, you want to know why? Because you ain't never had money, bitch. Okay? Because at the end of the day, I didn't matter how my hair was. Okay, as long as we had enough money, them white folks weren't gonna say a damn thing about my hair. And as a black person with money, it was always gonna be done in a way, all you're gonna do is admire it. So, let's talk about these bald headed kids who are still bald headed adults pretending, okay, that they have made it somewhere. And the only place you have ever made it and will ever make it is the internet. Okay? People who never make it in Babylon, even my own father, okay, he could put my brother in position because he wanted my brother to be the coon he couldn't be. They didn't have enough money for him to coon that hard. So my brother plays professional basketball. And guess what? He thinks he's God. But he was always raised to think he was God because that's how people who are black and participate in Masonry and Eastern Star, okay, that's how they operate. They think they are knockoff white people. And give me a second, because a lot of these people are just trolls who watch my channel anyway, looking for content. How you doing? Donate. Okay. Like I said, I can come here and say what I want, because bitch, who know you? I am who I say I am in real life. So I'm going to check you because I'm not an internet troll. I am who I am. Who knows you in real life? Nobody knows these people. Okay, that's why they be on here clowning and acting the way they do, because they want to be known. Okay, when you've been spending your whole life, okay, feeling like you a puppet on display, after a while you just want to be left the hell alone. Okay, you don't want to see nobody. Okay, and a lot of these celebrities are not who they say they are, and they can hit you with a defamation suit and win because Babylon is always in their corner. Y'all better understand what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all better understand what I'm talking about. Okay, I don't care what America says. Okay, I don't care how many times they rewrite history in your face. Babylon is Babylon. And in Babylon, the only thing that's right is wrong. Do you understand me? Okay? The only thing that's right in Babylon is doing wrong because going against the natural nature of everything and everything here on this nation is what Babylon stands for. They can say, I love the oceans, but they won't stop creating shit to fuck them up. Okay? Talk to them. I will. Okay? They will tell you that they love to be skinny and pretty and this and that, yet they won't stop inventing shit that kills them at a young age due to wanting to mimic, okay, natural essence and coloring that they don't have. Grrr, bitch, I said what I said. Have you went tanning today? Because I didn't. Like I said, people hate to talk about, well, what a Babylon is for. A place for everybody else to pretend except for the people who built it. Okay, so imagine building a place and then turning around and having to watch people pretend the whole time they in it like they actually did something. Oh, I'm Iggy Azalea. I'm a rapper. I'm Bad Baby. I'm a rapper. Bitch, you was on Dr. Phil, wasn't it? I ain't never met a rapper that was on Dr. Phil. That's crazy. What's up? That's crazy. So you been in this thing, huh? It ain't a kid I know who had to go on Dr. Phil to stop acting like that. But then again, you probably never had your ass whooped either, have you? Because you're not really hood. Ain't that something? Okay, because hood white people whoop their kids' ass too. Okay, so they know not to play certain stuff too. So certain people have always pretended, and y'all just be up here like, I love it. It's so bumping. Oh my God. Okay. And I'll be like, this is trending. Damn, the bar is probably like underneath, okay, the black hole that they say the bottom of the ocean is under. Okay. Let's be honest. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I don't understand. I don't understand why so many people don't understand. Most black people who are on here crying about black content the most, black this, black that, are the same black people in real life who be kissing all the black Eastern stars and Masons in my family's asses. I've watched it my whole life. And it's always black people who are poorer than them. And the kids of these people, meaning our parents who are able to mimic whiteness better than the black people they grew up around, because most people don't understand. The black bull is every generation. So every generation has black bull members. And it starts with college. If you can get your child into college, you've already started their processation, okay, into getting into the black bull initiation, because from there it's over with. That's how white people get us in Babylon anyway, is through education. Without education, we would have no links to the jobs we have that would put us in their vicinity. Okay, we'd be too busy living our black ass lives in black ass places, playing black ass prices, because who the fuck finna pay this a month? Girl, my checks don't even look like that. And even if they did, I want to get a car and this, and you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, it ain't even living under your means. Okay, it's just knowing that you can't do what certain people do because you actually care. Okay, you have to care about your tomorrow. Okay, not 2 years from now, baby. I gotta care about 2 months from now. I don't care what you're doing. Okay, so to see people like myself who grew up always having to be black excellence around white people who were always beneath mediocre, by the time I graduated, I was like, man, these white folks ain't doing shit. But then you hit the adult scene and be like, so if they ain't doing shit, where's the jobs? Okay. And then you go somewhere and you have this black person who's interviewing you, and you're like, ooh, baby, we done fucked around and got us a 70K job. It's a black lady in here. And then you go in there and she's like, hi, where are you from? Okay. And it's usually a black girl who's not from the suburbs. She's just there now. But me being from the suburbs, I'm in here like, oh my God, it's a black girl. Hey, what up, sis? Okay, what it do? What the fuck? Let's get his money. Okay, so I'm like, yes, and you're telling her this, and then she fuck around and look at your resume and be like, oh, okay. So where did you grow up? Okay, she already debating in her head, why the fuck would I bring a bitch who didn't hatchet her whole life in here? I earned this. No, bitch, I earned this. Cause unlike you, I had to go back to the hood to get this shit, bitch. Okay, I had to go back to the hood and whoop ass for this. Okay, so yeah. So when you get there, okay, look at all the trans people in here. T.S. Madison, is that you? Y'all, I about smacked a white lady the other day, okay? Because if y'all didn't know, I had to catch a flight. I just came back. But yeah, I almost smacked the white lady because she said, "You remind me of T.S. Madison." I said, "Bitch, T.S. Madison remind you of me, ho. I'm a biological, okay? Spell biology, okay?" And she was like, "No, I don't mean it like that. That's a good. T.S. Madison is famous." I said, "So am I, bitch. I'm black. Who the fuck in America feels black and don't feel famous? All y'all do is watch us. Bitch, we famous too, even if we ain't famous, okay? We famous to you, okay? Did you not stop me for conversation? Bitch, I am famous." So, yes, at that point, you'd be like, yes, okay? Yeah, that's how it goes. Because that's how it goes. But yeah, this is why I tell people I know that my brothers look like me because we come from the same mom and dad, but I'm the girl version that was supposed to be. So a lot of these men's, okay, get mad when you tell them the truth. Bitch, you look like your sister. You look like your mother. You look. The thing is, you want to be told you look better than them. No, bitch, them just y'all genetics. Okay, you already have a woman in your genetics. I don't care what Babylon told you. Imagine Babylon still convincing you to participate in their BS. Okay, at this big day and age, I was shocked that black people even do shit like this. Okay, I was like, damn, black folks still going outside like that. Oh, we. Okay, that's fine. Okay, like I said, y'all, I love the trolls. Okay, I feel like Rick James. I love the hoes. Okay, we love y'all. Y'all giving me watch hours. Okay, it don't matter what my weight is. Okay, I bet yo whoever. Okay, because a lot of times y'all be gay me a man. I bet yo whoever would eat me dry, and I still wouldn't get there. Okay, so like I said, a lot of y'all just be mad. That P envy real in y'all. I'm gonna need y'all gay dudes to stop coming on here hiding and being rude and masculine. Because if you're a woman, Lord forbid, okay, you definitely need some help, sister. I said what I said. You ain't talking about nothing. As long as my dude like it and baby he like it, no, he ain't worried about nothing you talking about. Okay, and any dude I get with gonna feel the same way. You don't hear me on here. How do we get a high value man? Baby, he got. Okay, when I was born, I guess the universe said she shall have everything she need to protect that. Okay, she need that. Okay, send him. Okay. Send me, I'll go. Okay, you ain't talking about shit. What it do? Okay, like I said, a lot of y'all just mad. But I'm gonna be honest. The people y'all need to know, you never will, because the people who never make it are always waiting for Babylon to give them a sellout fee. Okay, what you want to give me for being lame? Okay, because that's how they are. If you pay attention, most of the people who are famous and black, most of them ain't even black Americans. I don't care what y'all think. Taraji, y'all, they're not black Americans. They're mocking you. That's why they don't. If you ask me, they don't even mock us right. Okay, it's bothersome, and they're willing to mock you in such a negative light because they're not you, and they know this. They will never mock Africa and all these other places the way they mock us. Y'all should already know who has been our main tethers, and I will never stop talking about this. Most of the black celebrities, okay, who are here, okay, actually, okay, are not black Americans. I don't care how they look. Okay, a lot of these folks be from Ethiopia. A lot of these folks be from Scotland. These folks be from everywhere but here. Okay, that's why when you get to know them, you be like, why you act like that? Something wrong. Your Kool-Aid is very unseasoned. Okay, very, very not American. Okay, baby, I'm not hearing that. Don't come in here with that. Okay, don't come in here with that. I do not care about any of that. Okay. So while they still on here having talks about how to turn into a trans, I'm in here just having my conversations of life because bitch, life has been life. Okay, I ain't got time to talk about no other bitch but me. For real. Okay, like bitch, let me tell you what happened to me 2 years ago though. Okay. Yes, you ain't talking about shit. Bitches ain't been doing shit for the last 15 years and they still on here. Okay. Bitch, how you stressed out and you ain't done nothing? You ain't even got a chance to feel racism. Get out of here. Go live life. Shit, you wouldn't talk about hypergamy again, bitch, if you ever lived in a white neighborhood, because you'd be like, Lord have mercy, the stuff I see with my melanin in my iris, okay? You would be like, what is this? Okay? You be going for a walk like, why am I the only black girl walking? And why the fuck is every white bitch I see naked? Bitch, it's cold as hell. And looking at me, okay? Girl, you better walk your dog and stop headphones, okay? You be in there like, where's the headphones? Okay? Because you just trying to live life, okay? And they be over there trying to like, hi. Okay? I instantly hit them with the act like I'm crazy or something. Hi. Can I help you? They, oh, hey. Okay, I don't give a fuck if I act like that or not. I do not want to talk. Okay, these bills too high, and it's part of time to be talking to you. You did not take nothing off the rent, okay, or whatever else for me to be talking. That's another fee. Okay, you ain't talking about shit. That's why I be like, what kind of parents did I come from? Because I couldn't have never. I would have became a black Hitler. I'm just being honest. I don't know what type of parents we came from. Because I was like, baby, if my kids ever, okay, I would have been like, you're the president after this. Okay, you ain't talking about shit. Do you know how much I spend at the school? Lunch money, you will be the president. Okay, you ain't talking about shit. Okay, a lot of our parents, I'd be like, where do they stop at? Okay, when did the I'm doing this for me stop? Because after a while, okay, you be getting smacked over just stupid stuff. Okay, man, that white girl look goofy. You don't talk about people like that. The fuck? Okay. Oh my God. Okay. You can't even talk about white people wrong in the black house, some of them. And them be the main black people who be on here like Philip Scott. Ain't even with a black person, but they want to talk about their blackness every day, okay? And I be like, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I ain't married, okay? And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm gonna date whoever the fuck I want to date because that's the position that these Masons and Eastern Stars, okay, have put us in, okay? You damn near, you know how they be like, where the hoes at? I be like, where the black people at? Okay, where the niggas at? Yeah, it ain't none. They gone. Babylon and took them. Okay, I don't want them back neither. Have them. Okay, they yours. Okay, they are yours. Okay, I said what I said. Okay, imagine a whole bunch of people don't even understand you selling yourself out trying to be like these folks who done sold themselves out and ain't got nothing in return. T.I. and all. Sukiyana, Erica Badu, all of these people will never come here and admit what they are. And if they wanted to sue you and lie, they can because Babylon's going to say, in the name of our lies, we got your back. So they can't do you like that. That's why you joined us, you know? Like they can do the other black people like that, but they can't do you like that. You're a chosen black person. And when they get through using you, okay, like a condom, okay, they're going to put you in the garbage too. Okay, and continue their quest of buck breaking. Okay, they people, they're not, a lot of people ain't even getting buck breaking. They buck breaking themselves. They be like, look at all how many black men instantly became gay when they realized being gay is a superpower. It's popular now. Now, when being a thug was popular, no homo, no homo, no homo, no homo, no homo, no. But now that it's popular, everybody is Lil Nas X. You see what I mean? This is how easy, okay, Babylon is when it comes to playing with those easy, silly black people. That's why I would tell you, any black person that they give power to, I promise you that's a coon. Because if you're talking about enough of the right shit that's going to wake enough of us up, I promise you they're going to take your algorithm and say, cease and desist. Okay, you're talking about something. How did you have all that mind after all my programming? Easy. No one's ever really listening to that shit. Okay, like I'm so glad that I was raised the way I was because the whole time I grew up around white people, I was always like, this shit is crazy. It don't make no sense. Okay, imagine calling me a gorilla, but in every fucking history book y'all write, y'all tell the world y'all come from monkeys. But call me a gorilla. The gorilla must be the head monkey. If I'm the head monkey, that's cool. Shut the fuck up, Caesar. It's my world. Little monkey. This big monkey shit. Hey! Okay, you ain't talking about shit, bitch. Big monkey shit. Imagine acting like I'm gonna be ashamed of something that's more natural to the earth than you. I like monkeys more than you. Okay, so don't come in here talking shit. Monkeys are nice. Okay, monkeys ain't bothering nobody. Shit, they take care of the trees better than you. All you do is fuck them up. And you mad at monkeys. You're always angry. Why are you so angry at everything? Now you came in mad at the monkeys. You're a gorilla. Well, okay, chimp. Damn. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, I come from a place called Memphis. Do you know what we're called? Grizzlies. So I don't know what the fuck it is about y'all and trying to call people animals, but it's the animals y'all are that make you look as silly as you are right now. You'll be somewhere like, oh my God, I'm a blue raven. Smack that raven out here. Oh my God. Okay. The feisty zebras. Okay. Whoa. Or South Carolina. Okay. I don't give a fuck what you say. Okay. When you get through talking about the animals and who look like them, okay, I still look more like nature than you. And when I go outside, the sun does not try to give me color every time I step out either. The sun be like, alert, alert, it has no color, alert. Okay, be hitting your ass and it still be like, it's still red, burn it again. I don't know what's wrong with my shit. Burn it again. Oh no, sunburn going on. Okay, I don't know. We're all slaves. You just not a rich one. That's why you mad. Okay, if you was a rich slave, okay, you be doing like me right now, talking your shit. Okay, you would be. Okay, because a lot of people think rich is money. Money is the earth. Do you know how much earth I own? Do you know how much earth I own? I probably own you. Go clean. Go farm. Okay, I ain't never seen people be so bothered by stuff they can't do. But I mean, then again, the people who are the most bothered are the people who ain't doing shit. The people who spend the most time talking about celebrities are people who have no ties at all to any bloodlines that could even become a Mason. That's how deep into their stuckness they're in. That's why they hate people like me. They'll come on here and be like, but she's not the internet's version of, yes, bitch, I'm the real life version of, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, because I've watched it forever. Half the celebrities people wish they knew, we knew them when they was kids, and they wasn't shit then. That's why when they grow up, their parents don't put them in position. Okay, y'all can say what y'all want to. Most of the people who are more talented, okay, I actually wanted to do comedy when I was younger. Okay, because I'll be like, damn, I'm funny as hell, checking the shit out these white folks. Funny as hell. Okay, I'd be at school flaming the fuck out them white folks. They'd be like, that was so funny, I had to laugh too. Fuck, funny as hell. You're a funny girl. Okay, they didn't even realize I just called them slow on every level you could call them slow on. Okay, and I'd be like, this shit dope. Okay, this shit pretty dope. Get paid. Okay, just to tell the damn truth. Okay, baby, I might do it. Okay, Dave Chappelle me. Okay, but no, I'm more of a Paul Mooney because they know I'm coming with problems. Let's talk about race. Okay, every application you ask me race on, I'm gonna talk about race. And that's a lot of applications. So, bitch, you ain't gonna never stop hearing about this shit. What's up? What it do? Okay. Oh no, someone named Bailey, okay, says that this is bad stuff. Bailey, this is not even your chat. There's no one who does voodoo with the name Bailey. I don't even know a single black person that has named their children Bailey before, so I'm gonna need you to bail, Bailey. Go on up out of here. Because when I told YouTube this is an adults chat, I'd be wondering why they still got white folks' kids all in my chat. They be trying to give you charges in here. I ain't taking no charge. Okay, I plead the fifth. Okay, I plead the fifth. I didn't see anything. Okay? I don't know why your kids always in our chats. Because when we tell them this is a grown folks chat, your kids should not be able to get in here. But then again, you should also be watching your kids, which is why slavery had to happen. Somebody never wanted to watch their kids, still don't watch their kids. Not too long ago, you was just telling somebody, if you get lost, who do you look for? Right, a black guy or something. Girl, that don't even sound right, okay? Go look for the first person that you're going to send to jail for even looking at you. Emmett Till. Okay. Even though that's fake, too. I think y'all need to understand something about the black Boule people. Almost every situation we've had that's been publicized has been faked. Okay? Those people are sacrificing the truth teller scapegoat that they do not like. And the scapegoat truth teller usually seems like a problem maker because they're fighting themselves. They're fighting a whole family of people who are white supremacists in black form. Okay, I know because I dealt with it. I was like, damn, I got straight A's, Dad. Why are you yelling at me like this? Okay, I came in after making straight A's. I know how to cook. I clean. I wash your laundry, mine. I don't even hardly talk. I just sit in my fucking room and read. Okay, why are you so angry? After a while, people don't understand. You become the villain by watching people live their lives. And living your truth is so offensive because most people who create the villain spent their whole lives knowing that the villain is watching you lie. That's why you're the villain. Okay? Because if anybody can break down those lies, it's going to be the kid that you raised to see the most. Okay, you saw them cheating, you saw them, okay, saying the things they're not supposed to say, doing the things they're not supposed to do, okay, being shisty, whatever it is, two-faced, okay, whatever it is your parents did, most of the time, you was there to see it. That's why a lot of black people be like, don't be in here with grown folks talking. Bitch, you just in here lying anyway, shut up. Okay, that's really what they should say. Okay, you just in here lying or talking about somebody you jealous of. That's all it is. And you don't want the kids to go back and repeat it, and that is it. That is all. Okay, a lot of them kids online right now, okay, talking about bald-headed kids because they was the bald-headed kids that was mad back then because they parents wasn't shit back then either. Okay, it's okay, I can admit it. When I realized my mom was an Eastern Star, okay, who pretty much let a lot of the stuff happen around me, only then did I realize that my mom was fucked up too, okay? And you would like to think that certain people are actually, you know, native and things like that, but they're not. In fact, my dad comes from an African bloodline. Not, they don't really call it African, it's still Black American, but I'm gonna tell you why I think he was probably bred in slavery with Africans because of how he act, because of how he hate his blackness. Now my grandmother is a light-skinned black woman. Okay, she would be what they call, like to call it, one of the indigenous tribes. But most black people grandma look like my grandma. So to us, she just looked like an older black lady. That's what our old black people look like. And most of them do age and then they look like an Indian. Okay, they do. They age differently than us. Now, if you pay attention, it's a lot of our grandparents, okay, who are indigenous. The people they brought to breed with our grandparents were mostly Africans. So a lot of our indigenous bloodlines have been infiltrated by Africans that hate themselves. So they always planned on coming here and abiding by white supremacy, even if they have to throw you, the person that they chose, under the bus to keep upholding white supremacy. How do I know? Because one of the main key principles in masonry is instead of getting divorces, most of them take their wives or spouses out. So that secrets and stuff are never told. And my mother also was taken out. And guess what? My mom's mom was also taken out. There's a lot of people in my mom's family that got taken out, okay? Because, well, when you take the oath against yourself, it's only a matter of time before it's time for a sacrifice. And it's funny how people will come on here and do all this sacrifice, sacrifice. Have you ever had anyone in your actual biological family sacrificed to Babylon for real? I have. Okay, my mother was sacrificed, okay, to Babylon by my dad. And if you ask me, I believe my younger brother knew this too. Okay, I'm not sure why certain things are secrets, but most of the people who get famous, you have to take out a relative and a close one. And most of the black families who are trying to participate in being a black Mason and being an Eastern Star, if they're not able to go to college, which a lot of them not, they can't afford it, they try to get on, okay, by doing the same exact things, deleting their loved ones, throwing them under the bus, stuff like that. And if Babylon, you know, look at all the people who try to be rappers now. Rapping is not a talent. Talking on a beat is not a talent. Most black people are still trying to F themselves by trying to ish on their gifted people. Your gifted people are the only people who can rejuvenate the frequencies that have been destroyed to us. Okay? If you're not a siren, no one's going to feel what you're saying because we're not made to feel on that rhythm. Okay? That's why we have a hummingbird. Okay? Certain things, they're only made to feel when you slow down the frequency. So a lot of people don't understand how rhythm has been manipulated so much. Okay, there's nothing in nature that goes on these unnatural rhythms the way we do. But when you have natural rhythm, you can imitate natural rhythm, which is how you understand it. You understand frequencies, you understand why things are the way they are, and why certain things, okay, go deeper into your spirit when they have certain types of frequencies that go along with it. Okay, and like I said, talking is not a gift. Okay, like I tell people, acting is not a gift. The shit that they're calling gifts is only a gift in Babylon. Okay, if they were to go back in slavery times, nobody's going to pay you for rapping. They're just going to start being rappers like they did today. Imagine white people convinced you that all your skills are skills just so you could show them so that they could start imitating. As soon as you showed them how to dance, they were like, we gotta have a hip hop studio. We need a studio. We need something to show other white people how to do this. And if we can do that, we don't have to invite white people on. We can do white people instead of black people for breakdancing. Look at the show America's Best Dance Crew. A whole bunch of Asians and white folks and other people going, acting like they was Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. Okay, if you look at what I'm talking about, this is why I be looking at black folks like, why y'all so inclusive with everybody? Okay, you don't think about black people when you go to China. You don't think about, okay, black people when you go to India. You know they're there. So why is it that every time people come in your space, you got to think about them before yourself? To me, that sounds absolutely ludicrous. Okay, and then you think about it, okay, a lot of these black people feel the same way at home. A lot of black people be, I'm going to tell you something that is very funny. And it's also very trendy right now. Most black people that I knew growing up who was into anime and shit like that, they already had their eyes set on the white community. Most black guys who liked wrestling and stuff like that unnaturally all the time. And it's fake. I need y'all to, it's fake. Okay, it's fake. Okay, they always had their eyes on somebody in the white community, whether a white man or a white woman. And a lot of times, to bridge the gap, you guys, whoever's coming in here and reporting, I do not care. I think it should be illegal for people to be able to report content just because they don't like it. But because we're in Babylon, we know you can't do that. And let's be honest, half the people trying to report my live stream right now are these same trolls who be on my channel. Yep. Like I said, the same people worried about my weight can't stop sending their bitches, okay, to the doctor so they can look like they have their weight evenly distributed like mine. So you may want to worry about your weight, because the last time I checked, nothing in nature gives a fuck about what you think about its weight capacity. It's just the fact that in Babylon, the only time white people and their opinions really matter is if you let them. There's not anything in nature that gives a fuck about what white people think. There's not, and that's what white people want to convince themselves of, that nature will go against itself because they exist. And there's nothing in nature that was ever meant to do that. Nothing ever will. And the only people that will are the people they keep bringing to America in mass numbers. I think it's funny that YouTube will say, community guidelines, community guidelines. But look how they let people come in our chats and talk to us. So I have to follow the guidelines and not say anything that hurts people's feelings. But people can come in my chat and be disrespectful, and YouTube doesn't instantly remove it. You catch my drift? Only the people who do wrong in Babylon get put on. The people who do right, okay, usually you're going to end up in prison. Usually you're going to end up being a lone wolf, because you're going to realize your whole life has been a lie, and most of the people in it have lied to themselves so hard, you thought they were real. By the time you realize most people are fake, okay? Why are white people so hostile against nature? Why did you have to put yourself in the place of God and make everything go so much against nature? pretty much the world has destroyed itself because of you. And instead of admit that you're so selfish and worthless in your spirit and what you actually do for the earth, you decided to create a fake system of constructs to support your nothingness and how bad you are as a creature of existence. Everything in nature was born already knowing how to do what it does. Okay? Rabbits know how to rabbit. Flies know how to fly. Okay? Birds know how to bird. Okay? There's nothing in nature that didn't know how to do naturally what it is. Okay? So when you call out white supremacy and their delusion to self about you're not better than anything in nature, in fact, it's you and your systems that have made everything unnatural and still destroying and unaligning the earth to this day, but you can't admit it because that's what you do. You're a deflector. So as long as you keep bringing people to deflect, oh, this isn't the reason why. Oh, we have cancer because of this. Cancer wasn't here before you put yourself in power. Now, was it? No, it wasn't. Everything unnatural, including most of the diseases you have to talk about, you created with your unnaturalness. Okay? God didn't put us here with HIV. You and your need to go against nature created that. So it's your unnatural creations always needing to create more things. But this isn't a conversation for you. So go start a chat if you want to. I'm going to continue what I was talking about. You will not distract me, demon. Okay? As I was saying, the black bull, okay, is one of the main reasons why black people are confused about where our money is going. Okay? Because a lot of people come here, they just want to be the topic of conversation. Look at the world around you, white people. That is your topic of conversation. Fix it. Let us talk. Okay, you've been so busy doing nothing but lying, okay, and talking your lies for so many years. Go talk about something, okay, that actually holds weight, okay, like weighs more than you, okay, my 600-pound life. Now, anyways, while the Amberlynn Reeds are in here worried about what we're eating, okay, we need to understand why most black people don't understand that if you are on a lower level of poverty, a lot of your parents will sell you out in the name of getting out of that poverty. Okay, understand this. In the name of shitting on other black people that you grow up around, that you are usually around, a lot of y'all parents will absolutely shit on other black people and all the time, high levels of it. Okay, and this is what a lot of us are facing as adults from other black people. It's that envy of them thinking that you had something better if you did not grow up in the hood. Whole time, most of us never left the hood. The people who never go to the hood, those are the people who reject their blackness. Okay, those people usually end up passed away before they even make it to their next generations. Okay, they do because they trust white people so much they become a Tamala Ford. Okay, a Sade Robinson. Okay, and so on and so forth. That's why I kind of look at certain black people crazy as hell when they be like, just because you married or something with a white person, that can't change for you. Look at the black guy Twitch. Okay, they be waiting for you to die because when you die, that's the only time they can rewrite your story. And if they're the closest people to you, who can rewrite your story better than the people who attach themselves to you? Okay, to this day. Okay, to this day, certain people are trying to rewrite our stories as if we're not living it to tell our own. Why would we need you to tell our stories? I'm gonna say this. We never needed white people, still don't, to do certain things in our communities. We don't need them for movies. There are black people who go to school for theater and production and film. Make some fucking movies, okay? Direct, okay? And stop putting white people and what they want to see into every fucking thing you do. And you might actually have something that could bring the community, okay, some sustainability, some income generated. Okay, when you make that movie, okay, and Warner Bros says we like this, and you actually use some music that we like in it, so we think that we no sir. Okay, and people are gonna understand when you do stuff like that, only then do you get pushback, only then do you become a target. You want to know why I can come on here and talk my shit? Because I've been a target for a couple years. I think it's funny that you realize when you're not a coon, your journey's gonna be hard, because only, like I said, I'm literally a little bit less than 2 years away from my doctorate in psychology. And the way they make it so hard, the way they want me to come out of pocket, knowing I don't make certain type of money to be coming out of pocket, I'd be like, okay, bitch, okay, we finna just hustle harder, okay? Put Young Jeezy hustler's ambition on, bitch. We finna get this money, okay? Like, they make you hustle so hard because they want you to exert so much energy. By the time you get there, you don't even got the energy to do nothing, okay? You don't even do nothing. Okay. And people saying, I see your story. Tell me my story then. Tell me what I do. You can't. You're jealous. Okay. And like I said, half the people on here talking shit are just mad because you can't talk shit correctly because you ain't got nothing to talk shit about. So, like I said, I've been doing this for a while. And when you get to a certain level, you realize that the only reason why certain black people have success is because they're ass kissers. Okay, when you're not an ass kisser, most of the time you damn near be denying the job because you already see what's going to come with it. You be like, you know what? Thank you for the opportunity, but I'm going to have to decline respectfully. I just don't think this is an environment that I can work in. It seems a little hostile right out of the gate, you know? But I do absolutely love the company itself and the idea you were going for. But maybe put people in positions who are able to, you know, keep their personal out of their business life. Have a great day. You know, like when you get to a point where you realize you don't have the energy exertion available. You do not have the energy reserve available to serve these white people on lower levels. Okay, so understand if you are working certain fields, human resources, you are a lower level black person. Okay. Why? Because white people who are lower level than you are still expecting you to do more work than them in their space. Okay. That is the only reason why they have you there. When you don't do that, that's why you have black people on here. Oh, let's talk about how this works in corporate. Let's talk. Girl, nobody gives a fuck about that. You are black. You have convinced yourself of shit that don't exist. All the words they're telling you exist are not real on earth. Okay. I'm a bookkeeping assistant. Nothing in nature is a bookkeeping assistant. So why are you surprised that when you become a bookkeeping assistant, okay, you're not going to get what you expected out of that job unless you do it the way they created that job to be done? Yeah, that's what happens when you start actually hyping up and co-signing the jobs that white people created for you that nature didn't. You still get disappointed because it's not natural to your nature. We have been assigned jobs already by nature. So imagine when some of you just ain't made to work for people that way. That's not even your gift. Okay, a lot of people have gifts, they don't even understand what it is. A lot of y'all could probably be building, okay, your own designs and everything just based off a blueprint. People will be probably paying you just for your, okay, creative mind if a lot of people would use it. Okay, you have people who have real gifts. I had a friend in college, and thank God she actually started back doing it a couple years ago, probably about 4 years ago to be exact. But in college, she used to always make all of us these little cute hand gloves and little socks and booties and stuff, and she would do them with yarn. And then she got really good. She started adding other stuff in it. It would be so pretty. And we were like, girl, you should like patent this and do it. Guess what? She didn't patent it. And another white girl came along, saw it, and was like, took it. Okay, before you know it, she was coming to the campus, okay, bougied in a mug in her new whip, like, y'all, guess what? Look at my car. I got a Jag. Okay, and I can do what I want because she literally patented that girl's idea. Okay, she quit college. Like, that's how much bank she made off that girl's idea. But the girl who gave her the idea was a poor white girl. In other words, even if I patent it, I don't even have the money to patent this shit. Okay, I'm just here. Okay, that's why I tell people, I hate that a lot of white people think they're not a slave. You're not even a rich one, most of them. I think that's why people don't understand. Nobody's a bigger white supremacist than poor white people. Rich white people are really, really good at hiding their racism because they really don't care. They don't even care about each other most of the time. So you being there is just another, what the fuck do you want? Okay. It's not even a personal thing. By the time you reach a certain level, you realize everything is about money. Okay. Even how much I like you. So as a person that understands this, I have no problem really with white people unless they come to a region where they're not really from there. So if I'm in an area that's deemed wealthier, okay, and a lower class white person comes there and sees me, a lot of they're gonna show their botheredness on a higher level. Okay, they're gonna create, okay, what they would create if they were in their natural environment. Okay, and when you come there and you don't do that, it automatically shows how a lot of them present. And guess what? This is the same way with black girls who are from the hood, like Jasmine Crockett and this and that. They will never find a position of power, okay, that actually promotes self. They only looking to promote Babylon because bottom feeders love white people more than themselves. Their goal is to be nothing more than close to white people, in the vicinity of white people. They don't think past anything past the point of being around them. At that point, it becomes a battle of whatever comes after them, hoping that they can break the cycle of self-hatred. Okay, a lot of people saying white people ain't even making you do this at this point. Nobody makes you send your kids to certain school environments or school districts, and you could homeschool your kid and pick the actual curriculum. You could say, I want them to do farming, agriculture, cooking, home ec. You could choose what you want your kids to learn and equip them with. But a lot of black people are so busy trying to equip themselves with whiteness. Okay, the only thing that can get them that is sending them around white people. Okay, and they don't care if your kids go through way more racism, way more, mental, okay, unclarity, and so on and so forth. And I think it's crazy. Exactly. There is no separation. Okay, so imagine acting like, oh, we have black churches, but you always letting white people come. Now go to white churches. Most of them not letting you come unless they like money more than the message. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, and most black people, they're accepting to all types of mistreatment from white people. But black people, oh, they finna take a charge over trying to put you in line. But let a white person check them. Look at Charleston White. This is how most of your bottom feeders feel. They want to be known. That's all. They just want to be known. I want to be seen. And if they want to be seen bad enough, white people going to give them the platform. That's why when I come here and people be like, oh, why are you talking about white people? America has always been black foundational Americans and white Caucasians. Everybody else who keeps coming here, this is a melting pot. I don't give a fuck. You weren't here 60 years ago. I'm gonna need you to join the conversations from now, not the ones from when you wasn't here. Okay, and some people very much so need to get out of grown folks' business when they talking type shit, because a lot of people don't even understand. The people who want to be in our conversations the most don't even have roots here old enough to even be talking, even want to talk. Okay, we're native, we're indigenous. Not to hear, you're not. I don't give a fuck where you from. It's not to hear. And when you tell people the truth, it comes with the, but you're black. Being black is the only thing people use to discredit you. Because the main thing about being black is people pretending we don't know our identity because they've lied so hard about where they come from and who they are. Okay? When I tell you the only narcissistic person in America is America. That's why all they create is narcissism. That's why they had to name it. Okay? And narcissism is just a cute little word for white supremacy rebranded. So you can change the topic and not put white in it. Ooh, you didn't realize that, did you? For America, if you just look at the general picture of America, right? Black people, okay, in America, America is our narcissistic parent, okay? They always deflect on us. They're always lying on us. And when you're a truth teller, okay, they damn near dispose of you or want to go against you. They use everybody else as a collective, Asian, white, Mexican, whoever, to go against you, okay? Okay, and then they have a golden child, which is whoever they choose at the moment. It might be Asians this month. It might be Mexicans next month. It might be white people. You see what I'm saying? So the only people in America who's narcissistic is America itself and the people who come here to claim white. And we, okay, are the scapegoats and the truth tellers. And the ones who don't want to be a scapegoat or a truth teller become a coon. Okay? And at some point on your journey of being a truth teller, here comes all the other scapegoats and coons pretending that they're the truth tellers. Always all black people. It ain't all black people. If it was all black people, we wouldn't be having this conversation, would we? No, it's not. This is why people still worried about bald-headed kids, bald-headed or not. Okay, when I was younger, I remember I let this lady do my hair, and my mom was so mad, and she couldn't say she was mad because really my mom was showing out. Okay, my mom was trying to put money in people's pockets, but she didn't want to brag directly. So what she did was, it was a woman at the church. Okay, and I could kind of tell that the woman didn't like my mom like that, but you know, sometimes when you're first lady, you gotta pretend. Okay, she wanted to give her some money, but not directly. So she told the girl she could do my hair. Her daughter braided hair and stuff, so she let her do me some box braids. Y'all, my hair fell out so bad. And I knew it was gonna fall out because I was telling my mama, like, Mom, my head is so tight. It hurts so bad. I can't even sleep, nothing. And that's normal for certain people to get braids that tight. But it was to the point, like, it was bleeding, like, really bad, like pulling and stuff. And so my mom had came in. I was taking my hair down. I said, Mom, it hurt too bad. And so while I was taking my hair down, she started helping me. And she was so pissed because my hair was coming out with the braids. Okay, like just coming out with the braids. And she was like, this is not normal. So she called and she was like, you want somebody to do your daughter hair? You didn't even say your daughter had all that hair and shit like that. Your daughter got a head full of hair. I should have charged you more. And I was like, ooh. So basically, I already understood that she messed up my hair out of jealousy. Okay, whether it was towards my mom or me, it didn't matter. It was there. Okay, and this is also somebody who was in the hood, who this is how they made their living. So imagine making your living destroying yourself, okay, out of hatred. Okay, this ain't even a job at this point. Hair braiders need to go to fucking get a skill in college so we can open stuff that actually generates money. Okay, because changing your look is not generating money. Everyone in the fucking world knows what you look like without braids and with them. Okay, so imagine acting like this was ever a career path for us. Sorry to tell you, it's a career path now because of self-hatred. Okay, if most black women took the time to just create the products that we need for our hair, most of them wouldn't be crying about it in the first place. Just go create the fucking products for it. And you'd be like, oh, girl, this conditioner works so good. I wear my hair out every day. All I need is this and my finger detangle. And what are you crying about? Okay, the reason why people are crying is because they don't have, okay, the light to create, but you're in a space for content creators. You see what I'm saying? This is what I mean when I say everything that people need to do who are aligned need. There's always bottom feeders all in your algorithm trying to mess that up. And when I say bottom feeders, I literally mean black people who hate you just because you have the vision and you acting on it. And they're not. That's why they hate you. That's why they can come here and try to discredit you, then turn around and repeat your content. They know that you're the one, but they don't ever want to see you become it. Whole time, me becoming the one means you can do your big ones too, you big dummy. Okay, imagine that if you understood how we were naturally meant to work together makes everything flow. And you wonder why we still having conversations about alignment. Most people have never been aligned. Most people ain't even having bloodlines with people who they're aligned with. That's why half of y'all can't connect to your kids. Okay, you're connecting to your traumas. Most people are marrying their trauma over and over again. And a lot of your kids, okay, they know that they're your trauma because you hate them. Okay? Oh well. And I also want to mention how many black people get washed away every generation, just swept under the rug. It don't take 20 years to forget them. People forget about them in 30 days. People forget about them in 2 weeks after Babylon pushes a new story. A lot of the people y'all need to be looking into their deaths are your black sellouts. And y'all will never understand. And this is the main reason I came online. When you're doing your big ones, they always take out the truth teller. Okay, so I'm not here to be seen bitch because I want some views. I'm here so that if I ever get took out and this is all y'all got left to remember me by, you already know what time it is. You better take what knowledge I give you, and the people who need higher knowledge, you're welcome to connect outside of here because I can't even put it here. Okay, when you do the work to free us from Babylon, please understand you're not going to be here longer than a lot of people. Okay, but I'm not scared of death. Me and death are in alignment. So at that point, you have to understand death is a natural process. You were never even made to process into words. You were never meant to spend your life searching for death, only doing your purpose. And when death came, it was so naturally done. Everyone mourned you naturally and continued in good favor because it was a natural process of life. So I will never mourn my own death. The only reason I will mourn it is because it would be premature because of how many people I'm trying to align. That's the difference. When you're not trying to align shit, you trying to further disalign people, they gonna push you on the algorithm so hard, they gonna be like 40,000 views, knowing you ain't shit. And you at home, I got 40,000 views. Oh my God. Mama, can you take me to the store? Okay, because you ain't doing shit. Okay, like that type of shit. You know, like it's more of those people online than anything. Because you just want to be seen. So views are important to you. Okay. I'm here, okay, I'm here, okay, because I have a story to tell and it's much deeper than me. Okay, there's a lot of people in my bloodline who did not finish telling their stories, and the Black Masons and Eastern Stars in my family are trying to shh them still to this day. And my mother died in 2006. So imagine when they're trying to disappear and forget people from this generation already. You then you wonder why we don't know any of our ancestors. This is a problem. Okay? How the fuck can we have a Greek week but not a Black week? You can go to colleges and scream Greek. Okay, you up here shimmying and shit. Okay, in the name of looking fruity. Because Babylon is about homosexuality. This is always the original Sodom and Gomorrah. So homosexuality is what's upheld more than anything. So the black men who go to masonry are usually the biggest men who are down low. Okay, most men in the church are down low and they already know this. Because most men who are aligned and actually like women, they don't even like seeing women in church spending money, doing all that crying. They don't even like seeing you like that. It ain't natural to their energy to even want to see you like that. Okay? Because if you crying, for what? What do I need to do? Okay? That's how most men who are aligned are. And women who are not aligned, they spend their times festering in the energy they wish they had a man that has. So a lot of church women and religious women, they are the man they want. They are. They literally are the man they want, which is why they create gay children. Nobody in our communities create more gay kids than religious people. All of them, mainly the black church. If you look at most black families who say they are highly religious, all of them have gay kids. If not one, if not all of them, at least one, a girl or a boy. If Okay, I said what I said. A lot of people will never understand how the direct disconnect between self ties into the balance of energy. And as women, you cannot be in a balance of serving anyone. You can't. If you are in the balance of serving things, you're not going to be able to assess around you and process. Okay? And as women, we're the ones who always need to overprocess things, okay? So imagine people who are purposely keeping your mind so busy you can't process anything. So instead of processing it, we're over processing shit that doesn't exist. It's not even a natural emotion to feel. It's not even that. Even jealousy. That's why I tell women jealousy ain't even natural to feel. Okay, and most women won't even understand that. It's not natural because we all have species specifically created for us, and it was never meant to mix. Okay, jealousy was created by people who mixed and triangulated. Okay, talk to them. I am. Okay, so if you understood, there's not a zebra alive that's jealous of a horse. Okay, it don't want to be a horse. Okay, y'all catch my drift? There's not one. In fact, the zebra's gonna make it do what it do, okay, if a horse ever tried to come take they women either. No, we got stripes and we do this and we do that and we said what we said. Do your thing, horse. Okay, go on over there, horse. Okay, or we gonna battle. Okay, that's what it's about in nature. The only time we fought is if we were battling, okay, for our tribes. And if everything in nature can work together. I've never seen ants not be able to be ants because the bees are being bees. Okay, I've never seen squirrels not be able to squirrel, okay, because lions are being lions. Everything in nature works together. And when we delete naturally, things work as they're supposed to. Okay, and death is supposed to be natural. Okay, so this is why when you talk about certain things in an adult chat, they start pretending, oh, you're this, oh, this is going against our guidelines. Yes, because your only guideline is go against nature, go against everything that's already written, go against what don't need to be explained. That's why you keep re-explaining it. When you came here through your mother's womb, you wasn't put here with a single book. You wasn't put here with a single nothing, just that beautiful woman you came out to or that demon you came out to. Because understand, some of y'all was born to demons because that's who conjured you. or that's who they made you with purposely. Okay, so imagine when you're born a sweet pillar of light, okay, to a demon. Do you think they're ever going to let you foster in the light they don't see themselves? And then you understand the basis of why black, okay, bulls exist. And I will say this again. The only reason why black Americans can't really get ahead is because all the people, I'm going to say this again, all the people in the entertainment industry are not black American. I do not care what they claim. All of them are Kai Cenat. All of them. Asian doll. All the people in the industry are immigrants from other places claiming to be from here. And Babylon will sue you and make you seem like a liar to uphold their lies. Okay? So even when you know the truth, that's why you have to be quiet about it, because even when you know, you get penalized for your truth, because that's the only thing they penalize here is truth. Okay? The devil love a lie. Okay? The devil loves a lie. So being your truth is the only thing that's going to get you up out of here. Okay? Look at him. Can we talk about 50 Cent? Go make a channel and talk about 50 Cent. 50 Cent is another tether. He ain't even American. Then you going to have people come here, but I know 50 Cent. You don't know shit, bitch. Then none of y'all go to school with these folks. Because they plants. And if you know them like that, you probably a plant too. And I'm going to say this again. They're not ushering in this transgenderism agenda so hard for no reason. A lot of people don't understand. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred. They are recrafting your energy so that when you pass away, your energy cannot come back to the earth. That means when earth cleanses itself and actually, okay, starts over again, like she always does, okay, when earth finally menstruates again, most people who are unaligned, who are changing themselves, transgendering themselves and all, they're never going to come back to the earth. In a way that's going to be good, but in a way it's bad, because a lot of those people were needed. All of them were needed originally in their original forms, actually. Even the good, even the bad, they were still needed in their original forms. So imagine something that's purposely taking away people who couldn't find their purpose, so they repurposed themselves and let Babylon do it in the name of the agendas they push. That's why I tell people a lot of the stuff we struggle with, it lets you know if you've lost your battle in Babylon already or not. It lets you know. Okay, you struggling with how white people or everybody else like your hair, you scared to wear your fro out? Babylon got you scared, got you shook. Okay, because bitch, I'm gonna do whatever I want to. Okay, if I didn't need to stretch my hair because it's low porosity most of the time, I wouldn't even do my hair how I do it, and most of the time my hair in twists. But if only y'all know, when the summer come, okay, when this shit is gone, it's straight fro, straight. Why would you let Babylon convince you not to be you? The sun needs to see you be you in order for you to get the light, okay, shown on you that needs to elevate you. So if you're not unrecognizable, okay, you're going to get there. Most of the people that you know for real as a black American who get where they need to go, I bet you they're in their natural forms. The other ones are just the plants pretending, and they pretending hard as hell. Y'all know they are. That's why they be on here fighting for their life. Okay. Every time a new event happen, hi guys, I'm just reacting to the news clip today of a young woman. Okay, and God knows. Okay, y'all better thank God. Okay, and these be the same coons who don't realize you're in Babylon. The God you're thanking is white supremacy for letting you be. Imagine black people can't even get food, and they're saying thank you and praying in the name of God. The earth gave you that food if it's natural. Why the fuck are you praying to somebody else and saying thank you? In Babylon, they have you doing everything backwards. And when you tell the truth, only then will you be a target. Okay, they got you praying. They got you literally doing spells, okay, to them, even for your food. So if I produced it and have you praying to me, who do you think is getting the praise? If I created the name you serve called God, if I created everything you speak, and you hear what I'm saying? You don't even know your natural language because your natural language wasn't meant to be understood by something that doesn't look like you. That's why you had to have your languages changed and morphed. And because guess what? A creature that was not your species could not communicate. In order to communicate, they said, hey, we got to speak the same thing the same way, understand the same. Imagine when most people don't understand, your whole thinking is Babylon. When you wake up, set alarms, you're talking. If you don't know multiple languages, if you don't know, go in nature and damn near learn how to communicate with nature itself. You can communicate with nature. You can communicate with the trees. Will they tell you that? They always talk about trees are living. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay. Everything that's connected under the deeper element of root is living. Okay. So that means that we are detached and unalive. So we can only connect by connecting to the living. We are dead. Okay. Now, people ain't going to like this, but this is what your black masons won't tell you. This is what they call a lot of them secret knowledge and shit. It ain't secret knowledge, bitch. It's absolute natural nature. Okay. So let me help you understand our natural nature that they have to put into a million words. Okay. That's why they say a picture is worth how many words? A picture is worth all of them. But the thing is, we don't need a picture if things could just let things be, because peace be still. So let's talk about this, okay? They teach you that your body temperature is naturally 100 degrees, correct? That means on your hottest days, you know, when they be like, it's 98 degrees, it's 100 with a heat index of 110. That's your body temperature. Okay. I said that so you can understand how hot you are. Okay. You, okay, are a ball of fire. Okay. Your body is 100 degrees. You're able to walk around in 100 degrees. Okay. You're able to walk around in 100 degrees. You breathe dry air. You need water and a lot of it to survive more than anything else. There's not an animal in nature damn near that needs as much water as us. Okay, let's continue. Your body's 100 degrees. You're able to walk around in 100 degrees. And not only that, what's next? Okay, you also, okay, you also have a shadow when you walk through light. And that can only occur if there's light inside of you as well, meaning you are a walking light that casts a shadow. And they have convinced you that you're not already in hell, but they've already explained to you in so many words that you are. When I tell people you are already in purgatory, I need you to understand why, because your parents ain't straight. Okay, the earth has still rejected your parents. Okay, when the earth rejects you, you don't go back to the earth, you come back here in this form. So a lot of people are here to cleanse their bloodlines. When the earth gives you a woman, okay, the earth is trying to cleanse your bloodline. Okay, they're trying to clean your bloodline. And it's funny because who does people hate the most? Women. Who has the least rights? Women. Who are always fighting to be seen? Women. Imagine fighting to be seen when everything comes out of you as a woman. That's crazy. There will be no life without you and you're fighting to be seen. That's crazy, ain't it? Do y'all understand what I'm talking about, or y'all don't get it yet? Something has convinced you that you're not already in hell and that you're worshiping the wrong thing to get out. You are a ball of light because you disconnected from the only light that exists, the earth. And until you really connect, and I'm going to let you know, when you really connect, only then will you not be scared of death. Only then will you be like, oh my God, thank you for waking me up because I'm in hell, God. Okay? I'm in hell. And I'm happy to be here. Imagine bragging about being happy to be in hell. And you wonder why God ain't called your number yet. So that you can live everything that's not on this side. They can't live it here. Okay? A lot of us have gifts. And people like myself, we can only sing and do certain things because our bloodlines made us fallen angels. We got conjured here. And only us could save our bloodline. So imagine when even God is trying to save your bloodline. Even when I want you to come back, let me send them a siren so they can kind of feel the rhythms and come back to me. Okay, the earth is a rhythm and it don't need nobody to conduct the beat. Do you understand me? You're made to flow. Don't nothing need you, okay, to flow more than things that cannot flow naturally. Y'all better understand what I'm talking about. The only thing, okay, that matters is going back to the earth. And when you go back, you need to be able to connect. If they ruin your connection before you go back, she will reject you. Imagine your mother saying, "You've rejected me your whole existence as a light, and now in darkness, I unsee you. I send you back to the light because that's all you wanted was fire." Okay? That's why they say don't go to the light because the light is blinding. It's the darkness that melanated people need to see. Okay? I don't think people understand. That's why you've been given melanin in your eyes because our God knew we were going to the realm of false light. That's why we have skin like this, because we're in a realm of false light. Okay, you're worshiping the wrong things. And every time God tries to connect to you and you reject it, it gets a little bit harder here. Okay, you got people fight for their lives when they come in here because they rejecting they self. And guess what? Okay, what's understood don't gotta be explained. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? It does not have to be explained. If no one ever talked to you in your life, you would know what to do, even if you never talked. Because everything around you is still in motion. Okay? You have to pass away here and lose your heat. Okay? Because you're in hell. Okay? You're in hell. You're the thing that needs to be purged. You're the thing that needs to be calmed. You're on fire with a whole lot of shit. Okay? And something tries to keep your fire lit as long as it can because it needs your heat. I don't think y'all understand. Some of us have been heated so many times. That's why we dark. Okay, that's how many times your ass done been here. The darker you are, bitch, you about there. Okay, I said what I said. Ain't too many pigments you can go to now. Okay, imagine when. Okay, a lot of us still don't understand that. You've been given as a black person, okay, a darkness to protect you in a place full of false light everywhere. And the people who have it to this day, okay, still, okay, don't really know because you're not being allowed to be your darkness. You need your darkness as you walk through this false light. Okay, when they said, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death," okay, that means death won't call them because they've rejected her. They can't die. That's why there's anything that still walks with a shadow has not been called by the gods yet. Why do you think this is their heaven on earth? But it's your hell, those of you who are not spiritually aligned with it. Okay? A lot of people think they're truth tellers. You ain't really a truth teller. You probably just the person in your bloodline who's waiting to have your experience, okay, of enlightenment with certain spirits so that you can get called back. If you understood that, you would be on your purpose to figure out what that is. Because if you come here and you don't do your job as a truth teller, okay, guess what? Your hell's going to be way worse than any of the lost souls here because you know better. Okay? Period. And you can take that how you want to. Oh, damn. Hold on, y'all, because I deleted so many of these comments. Let me put them. Okay, I think I got to put live chat. I don't got all my messages on. Hello, how you doing? Good morning. Jealousy was created by Satan. No, jealousy was created by white people. It wasn't created by... This is what I mean when I say people just lie. You keep trying to create names to take the weight of what you did off of you. You created all these lies. And you still want to live in all these lies to this day because this is your heaven. Everyone else is hell. This is your heaven. And in your heaven, you lie. Because this is the only place where you can get away with lying and still feel like you're an angel. Meanwhile, you keep coming here and you don't understand that you keep trapping us here. And you trap yourself here too. So if we can't leave, you can't leave. So the more of us that are here, well, you're damn near going to be extinct in the death realm, for real. Meaning the only realm that's actually living. Because this is the only realm where you can die because you're already, well, a false light. Okay, you are made into bloodlines where you can't be godly. Okay, imagine when one of your parents decided to breed, okay, with a fallen angel. That's the only reason you're here. You couldn't be here if one of your parents wasn't the fallen, okay? One of your parents is the fallen. That's how you're here. You better figure out which one, because a lot of them playing both sides and play it well. And you ain't got to say a word, but check it out. Look at your parents. One of your parents is a truth teller, and one of them is a fallen. These are the only people who can make babies here. When chosen people get together, most of them can't even recreate children. It's not allowed. Spiritually, there's not another you needed. There's not another of your energy needed. You are one of a kind. And usually, when you can't create children, it also usually means that you're a god. So gods, okay, that are made to be gods and pretty much not split their energy. In other words, they want you to be godly forever. Okay? They don't split your energy. They allow you to remain a god. Even when you come back, you won't understand why you can't have kids here. But when you leave, you're going to be like, oh, wow, I was already, yes. Okay? In other words, you already probably have children like, okay, spirits of your own, okay, that need you. Okay, that's how dope your energy is. And a lot of people understand that, but they don't. Okay, and then there are other people who are not actually what they think they are. A lot of them are angels in disguise, but they wouldn't know because the earth won't allow you to be an earth angel. Okay, earth angels are sent here, okay, usually to protect the land. Okay, they have a unusual connection with land. Okay, and there are also, okay, elements of earth angels that have three sub-characters, meaning you're here to do multiple things while in your human form. And a lot of times you outlive a whole lot of people. Like you see 3 generations, okay, type thing, when most people are lucky to even get through their one. Okay, and you have to really understand this is a process that Babylon will never allow you to come to because they will never give you the time of day, okay, to distract you. And I want you to understand you're living backwards in Babylon. You're living backwards. Okay? You're living backwards in Babylon. Everything is backwards. Okay? Monday, all the days of the week, okay? All the days of the week are Babylonian. Every nation has adopted the Babylonian calendar of Monday, Tuesday, and it still worships the planets that they acknowledge that they come from. Okay? So every time you say Monday, they mean Moon Day. Okay? I need you to understand. I break this down further, okay? Because one thing you have to understand is there is absolutely truth in the pit of lies. Because you have been thrown into the lake of fire. We are already in the lake of fire. That's why we hot as hell down here. Okay, you can't never cool down. You don't cool down till you pass away. That's the only time your temperature run cold. That's the only time we know that you're not here no more in physicality of a light. Okay, and that's what makes the other lights here like, damn, they darkness gone. We don't even see they light. But the thing is, y'all got it in reverse. Okay, their light has been saved. Okay, see, your body is what keeps your light from shining. Okay, your body is what keeps your light from shining. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, that's why you can't, if you don't understand why you have a shadow, it's because your light shines so hard on the inside of you. Okay, your shadow is the depiction of the light coming from within you and hitting the light outside of you, casting a shadow. Because the real you is in darkness. Your light is in darkness. That's why you have been given a filter to protect you Inhale. You have been given melanin to protect you so that you don't get too crispy out here. Inhale. Okay, some of us are bloodlines that are here for punishment, not permanent residency. Okay, and that permanent residency mark usually comes with melanin. Okay, meaning, well, the people who want to be permanent residents of the sun cannot, which is why the sun burns you, because you don't even get a chance to come back because you've ruined what was made to be our learning experience of life. So the sun, a lot of white people don't understand this, but the sun absolutely rejects you, because when you die, you literally still up until white people, okay? I don't think you understand. White people will be able to get melanin if they dismantle the lies. We would all be black again. It's a curse. I don't think people understand. It is a curse. A lot of white people already know this, which is why a lot of them prefer black people. And they're trying to let you know, even in a time like now, they need the seed. Because only the seed, okay, is seen differently. The seed, okay, is going to be your enlightenment. They know this, okay, out of the mouth of babes. Okay, that's how it works. Your parents could never tell you because they weren't meant to connect. Their lights have been disconnected. That's why they were sent you. Okay, when the universe knows that your parents have both disconnected, they allow them to have a light. Only the light and understanding they need will be in you. Nothing else in the world will give it to them. Not, they can search, they can have best friends, they can be rich, they can be famous, they can do whatever. The only light they need to help understand how to evolve is in the light they were sent. Even if the child is autistic, and you have to understand, a lot of these things that have been created do not exist in our realm of light. Okay, it doesn't exist. There's no such thing as autism. You may not can't talk here. You can talk in our realm. I don't care what they say in Babylon. The people that can't talk here, it's because the things you say would get you deleted here. Okay, so a lot of times your kids aren't really here. They're dealing with other people in other realms. You are talking to them and distracting them most of the time from the people they're having conversations with in the death realm, which is really the land of the living. But you would know that because you're dead. You're in purgatory. You're in the lake of fire, burning your ass up, sweating and shit. Okay, yeah. Imagine that. Okay, and a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people, they're getting you to create autism in yourselves so that you can't talk in this journey. They're getting you to create autism in your younger youth by getting you to use this. The more technology you use, the more likely you are going to have a senses scrambled child. Your children are going to be trapped in frequency waves. So in other words, their body will get here, but not the rest of their energy. So you may want to understand what I'm talking about, because I really wouldn't understand this if I didn't break down what they were teaching me in college as I was getting my doctorate. I was like, so you mean to tell me this mean this? And your melanin will help you break down shit and be like, I think the fuck not. Okay, yes it will. Okay, your melanin will help you connect dots that even them will be like, you explain it to them, they'll be like, I never noticed that. I bet the fuck you didn't. Now why is this going on? Okay, like, okay, I don't think you would have created this if you actually thought about this. Okay, like, catch my drift? A lot of people who are enlightened, okay, you give these people your ideas to create, and then they take out your light. Then you got to come back here again. And they already made your journey harder because you gave them what you came here the first time to do. So now you damn near got to take it back. Okay, your second time, you're going to be like, no, that's not how it's going to go. Okay, when you know, you know. You can't be scared, okay, of death in Babylon. Death is a good thing in Babylon. What you should be scared of is the new life. Okay, and we're at a time where, okay, our, okay, side of the realm, meaning the only realm that's living, okay, the only realm that's living is disconnecting this realm. Okay, count in earth years. okay, if you want to. We talking light years because that's how we're here. Okay, we're talking light years right now. And we are on melanin time, baby. And melanin time is quick. Okay, I don't think melanin people understand. Okay, melanated people really don't understand you on demon time for real. Okay, you on demon time because it's gonna happen so quick. Okay, you gonna realize for the first time why you had to be made quicker. You gonna understand for the first time why you had to be made quicker. Okay, because the real realm of the living, okay, is disconnecting hell that's here. Okay, when you've been in purgatory so long, there's going to come the grand choosing. The grand choosing is when you're not going to be allowed to die because you're going through judgment. Okay, and this ain't about the Bible. This is about not being able to transfer your bloodlines forever, meaning you will not be able to die ever again. In other words, you're going to be pretty much instilled into this planet. This planet is going to be rejected. It's going to destroy itself, okay, from the inside out, to where it's just like putting a flower in a vase. And as soon as it comes out of the ground and into that vase, it dies. That's how it is here, because that's what it is. Okay, you've been put here into a black pit of death and you're about to get disconnected. So imagine when people are running from death, trying to live longer, and then it's going to come a time where you can't even die. You're going to realize, I don't want to live in this shit forever. I miss all the people, the lights who got called. Your light is going to become a permanent darkness, and you will never be able to see shadows again. Okay, I don't think y'all understand. It's going to come. Give it a few light years in this realm. You're not going to see shadows either. That's how much of a false purgatory you're in. And the more they make this the lake of fire, they're going to come out. It's going to be plain as day, the lake of fire. You think the forest burnings or something? You wait till everything around you is on fire and you're going to be like, but why can't I die? I'm trying to tell you now, you are in purgatory. A lot of people ain't made to withstand the heat because they fucked up the learning experience in the first place. So this is going to be more hell for you. I need you to understand, white people here already know when this place catches a fire for real, okay, because they're going to be set on fire. They're not going to be able to even burn. That's good. This is their lake of fire. They're not going to be able to burn. Now, I need you to understand, most of the water here is chemical compound. Okay. There's a little bit of science that I had to learn, okay, to become an herbalist. And a lot of that is molecular compounds. Now, a lot of the water that I've tested is not even water. If I told you what it is, well, I might not be able to last on here too long, but it's not water. So they've depleted the water source so much, they're literally giving us molecular compounds that actually masquerade as water. And if you understood that, you'd understand why a lot of us get frequent headaches, why we're never really hydrated and we always need more. And they tell you need up to 8 cups a day. There's not a creature alive that needs that much water because it's not made for you to use that much of. It's to cool yourself down from usually, okay, passing everything else through your body. Okay, it is. Okay, that's why we have dry spells and it really doesn't rain much here. Okay, naturally, this place was made to teach you patience, teach you everything you need to learn naturally in spirit. That way, when death came, you were already ready. But now something is interfering with your process of natural relearning. Okay, yes, natural relearning is being interfered with. Okay, so I want to tell you something that I need you to think clearly about. Okay, think clearly. Okay, because I'm not a savior. I'm just here to help you free yourself. Okay, so yeah. Think about this. The term freedom, as we use the airwaves, because the air is so tainted, so tainted with filth and lies, because thy knowledge pervert thee. Freedom says that freedom is the ability to act, do, and think as one pleases without interference or restraint. What human being has that? What is laws? What are countries? Name one human that is free. The ability to act, do, and think as one pleases without restraint or interference. So, can we all agree that we're all slaves still in Babylon? Being convinced that we have freedom and that the earth is the only thing that's real and alive. And they have taken money from the earth and given it power. And it is what they've given us to live on and use as fuel for life. You are motivated by money and not the earth. So imagine why they had to make you see green differently. This is about colors and symbols, and they're interfering with your ability to process those and what they actually mean. So imagine when they're interfering and restraining you all at once from the only thing you need to escape here, and it's truth. Okay? So I hope you guys have enjoyed some truth today. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Show me some love, hit that like button. Please do continue your journeys, and you are more than welcome, like I said, to join my channel. You don't have to donate, okay? But for those of you who do, I appreciate it, because why? I am trying to homestead, not for myself, because we need cities and towns to do what we need to do, well, to escape Babylon. And for those who really want to do it, they're going to do it. Okay, if you want to be a part of Babylon and never have your number called so that you can be the God you were called to be, cool. But some of us, we don't have as long as others because we already know our purpose. And a lot of times when you're active on your purpose, that's oftentimes when you get called quicker and a lot younger, because the world never really hears you until you're gone. Only when you die do people realize you are alive. I'll talk to y'all later.